Have you ever been skydiving? I have not, but a friend who has described that last moment before jumping as absolute terror. In fact, the actual description was closer to frozen in terror. All the enthusiasm and eager anticipation building up to that moment blew away with the wind that was whistling through the open plane door. But it was a tandem jump, so the instructor told her to put one hand here, the other hand there, one foot here, and then he pushed her out the door. When push came to shove, she had to be pushed and shoved out the door. Compare and contrast that to King Saul's struggle with his inner demons and with his servant David. Earlier, we saw how Saul had grown jealous and attempted to kill David himself, and when that failed, he sent him out against the Philistines, hoping to get him killed. But nothing worked. Every time the commanders of the Philistines attacked, David was more successful against them than all the rest of Saul's officers. So David's name became very famous, 1 Samuel 18, verse 30. Suddenly, Saul found himself sitting at the door of the plane, wondering if he should jump. For him, jumping was bringing his servants and his son Jonathan into the effort to kill David, making what may have been ignored as gossip and speculation an official governing policy. The very next verse, 1 Samuel 19, verse 1, tells us, Saul told his son Jonathan and all the attendants to kill David. The comparison to skydiving is that once Saul went out that door, there was no turning back, just a long fall to the ground. The contrast is that Saul didn't have to be pushed. He made up his mind to jump, and nothing was going to hold him back. Today's Morning Minutes in the Bible connects the stories of the skydiver and Saul to explore our own struggle with sin. All of us struggle with the temptation to sin. The New Testament book of James calls it being enticed or lured by our own lust, chapter 1, verse 14. It doesn't matter what particular lure works on us, that isn't the issue. Each of us has our own desire we must battle. What matters is what we do when we find ourselves at the door of sin. Will we summon up the courage to back away completely? Or will we stand there waiting, maybe even secretly hoping to be pushed out? Or will we see the temptation to something to be pursued and jump voluntarily, eagerly even? Whether we let ourselves be pushed into sin or eagerly jump into it, sin is a free fall to death. The Bible is God's call to us, pleading with us to see what sin will do to us in the end and repent, to turn away before we perish. Well, thank you for watching today's Morning Minutes in the Bible. Until tomorrow, this is James McClenny, hoping you will repent, because that's how you have a great day.